And they even said it in the movie. Ryan Reynolds breaks the fourth wall multiple times. Welcome back, everyone, to the Controlled Sounds Podcast, episode 79. Thank you all for tuning in. So we actually just saw Deadpool and Wolverine in the movie theaters this past weekend, and we're going to be talking about
what we liked and didn't like about it.
What we liked, didn't like, the fate of MCU, the path that they're going on, the multiverse, and etc. And what we liked about Deadpool and Wolverine, what we didn't like about it, and what we would have changed, because the movie was phenomenal. It was a very fun movie.
Yeah, I thought overall it was like really well put together movie.
But I will say there were things flaws. There were some things that they could have done better.
I thought Gambit, Channing Tatum as Gambit
a hilarious
was hilarious character.
Hilarious bit. But we'll get into it later on.
Yeah.
So according to Deadline.com, behold the box office feats of Marvel Studios' Deadpool and Wolverine this past weekend. It is the highest rated R opening of all time, as both worldwide and domestic, at $444 million worldwide and $211 million domestic. And that is phenomenal.
Yeah, they said only Captain Marvel beat it out, Avengers Endgame.
And those aren't rated R.
No.
This is the
highest rated R. Yeah.
There's only a few other movies that are.
I'm saying it was the high, out of like all the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
It only was Captain Marvel, I think, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, and then two other ones. So this movie fucking did awesome.
Yeah, did a great job. And Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman,
yes, fantastic,
are phenomenal together. They were really funny. They complemented each other's talents, especially throughout the movie, and they're just a good team. And it was like an unexpected duo, because I mean, you never really thought that Hugh Jackman was going to come back for this.
I didn't think Hugh Jackman was going to come back for Wolverine, so I thought that was awesome that he came back for Wolverine.
So let's start with the things that we liked, and we have spoilers ahead. So if you haven't watched the movie, don't watch the rest of the video.
Watch the movie and come back.
So the things I liked were Channing Tatum as Gambit.
I like how they brought back Wesley Snipes
as Blade. The villain was phenomenal. Magneto's sister.
Magneto's sister is... No, it's not Magneto.
It's not Magneto's sister.
It's
Charles Xavier's sister. I apologize.
Charles Xavier's sister. So I thought that she was a really... Like, if they were to find a way to maybe, like, multiverse her back into...
Yeah.
Like, she would be a really good fucking villain.
I really enjoyed the inclusion of the TVA from Loki.
Yes, I enjoyed that.
I like how they tied from episode 5 in the Void.
Yes. And then the big fucking...
Yeah, the dragon. I forget the name of it.
That eats people up.
Yeah. They tied everything back from Loki. And they even said it in the movie. Ryan Reynolds breaks the fourth wall multiple times.
Yes.
He talks to the audience multiple times throughout the movie.
Another cool thing for me was like having Johnny Storm in it.
Storm.
I like how they had
Chris Evans.
Yeah.
And like I said, don't watch this. Don't watch this part of the podcast if you haven't seen the movie yet. But Chris Evans as Johnny Storm.
Yes. I don't know if his name was Nightcrawler, the red one from.
So I'm just gonna look it up. All of the cameos in Deadpool
and Wolverine.
Henry Cavill was in it.
Yes, Henry Cavill was.
He was one of the Wolverine variants.
Yes,
and that was really cool. Cassandra Nova is the villain in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
We got Mr. Paradox.
Yep. Blade.
Vanessa.
X-23, I think her name is.
X-23 is back in it.
Yep.
Johnny Storm, Human Torch.
Yep.
Jennifer Garner as Elektra.
Yep.
I apologize. So this is according to BuzzFeed. So Wesley Snipes as Blade.
Yep.
Channing Tatum as Gambit.
The blind lady. Yeah.
Shatterstar. Teenage Warhead.
Oh, I forgot she was in it too.
Yukio. The voice of Colossus. Buck. Henry Cavill based Wolverine. Yeah, we just spoke about that.
Oh, Happy
Hogan.
I forgot Happy was in it. Yep. That's the Uber driver or the taxi driver.
Sabretooth. Wow, forgot that. That was a great.
I forgot that Toad was in it too.
Calesso, Aziel. Where's Deathstrike? I'm looking for the
Juggernaut was in it. Yup.
B-15 from Loki.
Yep. That was Pyro. Yup.
Headpool.
Headpool was the.
There was Dogpool, Cowboy.
Matthew
McConaughey was the voice.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
His wife was the female.
Oh, was she? Oh, that's funny as shit.
Lady Deadpool. All right, so I mean, there was a lot of cameos.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun cameos. It was a really fun movie. I thought for me, it was very fun.
Now, what do you think that they did wrong, or what do you think that they could have altered?
For me, is I don't want to say all those those people they had in it were B-list cameos. But Gambit was an excellent cameo.
Yeah.
The one that it was confusing to me was the Jennifer Gardner one.
Elektra?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
because she wasn't she was a big character in Daredevil, but she wasn't a huge character. And for kids that are younger generation,
they're not gonna know.
They're not gonna know.
They're not even gonna know who Wesley Snipes is.
That's what I'm saying.
For the purpose of Blade.
Yeah.
Kids that are under 20 years old, they probably never
no
watched
idea.
Blade.
See, but I think
what year was Blade released?
Oh, forget about it. No, probably earlier. Maybe 95.
Yeah, 96. 1998.
Oh, was it?
August 21st, 1998.
Yeah.
And that really kicked off the MCU. But a lot of MCU fans that are on the younger side that are under 20 years old probably never seen that. Yeah. So, but Deadpool is also a rated R movie. So it was really catered to the older MCU fans.
Yeah, it was catered for a lot of older
personally,
people.
I think that they diminished the power of the villain.
Yeah,
Cassandra Nova could have been
snapped the fingers and
it was crazy. It was crazy what she was doing.
Yeah.
I do think some of the CGI was bullshit, like that, or
the pull the skin off. It looked like
the pull the skin off. It looked like a YouTube edit.
Yeah,
and I'm saying that respectfully because the whole movie, there were just certain aspects that just looked so fake, and obviously we know it's fake. I'm just saying there were such hyper realistic CGI scenes, and then there's that scene where when his skin fell to the floor. It looked like a 1999 cartoon.
The shots could have been like you said. The shots could have been
some
better.
shots could have been better, but the soundtrack was phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
the soundtrack was phenomenal. They always have a great soundtrack. But this was also a fun movie.
Yeah,
and it was almost it didn't really tie into
and the MCU.
Into the MCU. It had nothing to do with the current timeline on the MCU path. And it
was just a fun movie.
And that's really why it was a high quality movie.
High quality, great story.
Great story.
Very funny.
But it had nothing to do with the greater picture.
Yes.
And we will see at the end of the phase that we're in if it really did have anything to do.
Yeah, because I think the end of the phase, is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Not Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Captain America.
Captain America: Brave New World. Or I think the Thunderbolts next year is the last in this phase.
Theoretically, if Blade comes back, because there was a part of the movie where he says, "Can you get them out of the void?" And I think B-15 says, "I'll see what I can do."
I think you're gonna get Blade.
So that means Wesley Snipes.
I don't think you're gonna get Gambit. Because I think that was just a one and done
type
a
fun.
Yeah, that was
funny.
I don't think you're gonna get Jennifer Gardner. Relief.
I don't think so either.
I think you're gonna get the X-23 girl.
Oh,
I think you're gonna absolutely get that girl.
Absolutely, she's probably part of the next.
I think you're gonna get
next phase of Young Avengers.
I think you're gonna get Wolverine.
You think Hugh Jackman?
I think you're gonna get Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, because they keep making. Ryan Reynolds kept saying in the movie, or Deadpool in the movie, kept saying that he's gonna be doing this till he's 90.
Oh yeah.
So they could have signed him to another 8-year contract where he's gonna
exactly. That's why I think it's possible that you're gonna see Hugh Jackman. I think you see Ryan Reynolds again. I don't think you see him in the first Avengers one that's coming out, the Doomsday. I think you see him in the second part of Secret Wars. This is where we're leading into the next topic. What do you think is the biggest issue or the biggest hurdle that MCU has to overcome going into the next phase and finishing off their second phase of the Avengers? Lackluster projects. Projects that have no
substance. And substance. I think they need to stop trying to give everybody an individual show or project. They could have gone without She-Hulk. She could have been a cameo the whole time.
And she could have been with Hulk in their own movie.
Yeah. So that could have been a good aspect.
I thought that... Miss Marvel wasn't a good show to me.
Miss Marvel?
Wasn't... I liked Hawkeye. Hawkeye was decent. Was alright.
They could have gone without it.
They could have gone without it.
WandaVision was exquisite.
The best show they made by
and
far.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
It was
a great foundation.
Yeah,
a great foundation because they set up Captain America: Brave New World.
Echo was another one they could have did without.
Have gone without it.
What If is those are very good shows.
No, those are good shows, and it does.
I'm trying to think what else.
The endless possibilities of the multiverse.
Black Panther 2, you could have gone without, to be honest.
We'll see, because we'll see how they set up the next Black Panther.
For me, it's
because they are setting up the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
And when they get to that, it will be a cool aspect. But they are trying too hard to introduce a lot of characters.
Yeah.
In Black Panther 2, they Ironheart.
But it was a very
short.
Yeah, it wasn't a
cameo.
Yeah.
In Multiverse of Madness, I feel like they spent a lot of money on almost nonsense of
you brought in John Krasinski
to play
Mr.
Fantastic in the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
And then instantly killed all of them.
You killed Captain Carter. What's her name? Captain America's. She was the wife.
The variant.
She was a variant. The other lady too. I forget. She was in Monica Rambeau. It was the mother, Monica Rambeau. She was in it too, but she got
Monica Rambeau. Yeah, the mother.
She got killed 2 seconds.
Charles Xavier.
Charles Xavier.
They brought him back.
He was one of the best,
most powerful
characters and most powerful characters. She reached into his mind and made his head explode.
And going back to Deadpool and Wolverine, that's really where Cassandra Nova had such a great power, reaching into the mind
and sticking her fingers through your body,
and basically showing how powerful she was. And then I feel like it was almost discounted. And then at the end of the movie,
slap in the face.
They need to stop making the end of the movie a joke. When Deadpool was versing 100 of them, they all revive, and Peter Deadpool.
But I thought that was a funny.
It was a funny concept, but it's concept. They could have just made them all not regenerate, and left it at that. The two Deadpool and Wolverine killed them because that was such an iconic scene when he put his hood over his head and put on the Wolverine mask. Yeah. That was a cool concept, but moving into what happened with Jonathan Majors. It's hard for them to
be honest, everybody's complaining about Jonathan Majors, how they not recast him. He wasn't perceived well in
Ant-Man.
Quantumania. He was terrible.
Even Loki season 2.
Season 1
obviously
season 1 that was elite.
But that was he who remains.
That was a variant.
That's not Kang. Even Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, that was a variant of Kang. But he was very good.
Jonathan Majors is a great actor.
Yeah.
Great actor. And it does suck what happened and what he did. and how much MCU built him up to be basically a bigger Thanos almost. Yeah. But now they're going a whole different direction, and at Comic-Con in San Diego, right? Yeah. They revealed there's this video that they reveal who's playing Dr. Von Doom.
Of the unimaginable possibilities in the Marvel multi-universe, we give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
Now,
new mask. Same task.
This was very surprising to a lot of MCU fans, and
a lot of MCU fans are against it. So I believe in
they're scrapping Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and replacing it with
Avengers: Doomsday.
So this is the new path ever since Jonathan Majors is out. Level of excitement for fandom wise is through the roof right now, because RDJ was the most beloved character, the beloved actor in the MCU.
Fans, like the real hardcore fans, they're
excited about it, or
they're getting. They're saying this is a cash grab.
Yeah, well, it is a cash grab.
It is a cash grab. Listen, I understand that, but in the sense of everybody was calling for Robert Downey Jr. to come back as an Iron Man variant.
And that Iron Man variant. So this is just as good, if not better.
It's just as good.
Because
there's two different comics they can go with it. He switches minds. There's two different comics. Victor Von Doom switches minds with Robert Downey Jr.
Tony Stark.
And he becomes Dr. Doom in Tony Stark's body. So, and then there's another one where it's, I believe, it's just a different variant. It's like a...
So this is Screen Rant. ScreenRant.com.
Yeah.
They explain how Iron Man became Dr. Doom. Marvel recently blew off the roof at San Diego Comic-Con, announcing that Iron Man actor Robert Downey Jr. is returning for Avengers Doomsday as the movie canon's Dr. Doom. It's a move that a lot of precedent... Even though diehard Marvel fans are understandably disappointed that the real Victor Von Doom seemingly won't exist in the MCU continuity,
but that's not necessarily true.
Will be adapting with its new Doctor Doom. Not only do we know we have an exhaustive overview, but we're pretty sure we know how Tony's transformation into Doctor Doom will happen. So Tony Stark has become Doctor Doom. But although there are a lot of gray areas, Doom's appearance and persona are iconic. So there are many stories where Tony became very similar to Dr. Doom, where he meant to be filling the same role but didn't go quite all the way. The code name and look. However, there is at least one story Tony Stark literally becomes Dr. Doom, armor and all.
Yeah, it's
I think it's Dr. Doom in all name. And showed Tony Stark's shocking fall to the dark side. Oh, okay. So they could go a route where it's he is Tony Stark and he becomes Dr. Doom.
Yeah, he becomes Dr. Doom, or it's the mind transfer one. I don't know what they're gonna do. They'd probably do the one where he becomes Dr. Doom. But who says people are complaining we're not gonna get Dr. Doom? Who says they're not gonna? They're just Who says they're just showing this? Him as and there actually is.
Isn't Dr. Doom the reason Secret Wars happens?
Yes, because he snaps everybody back into one timeline.
So
Secret Wars, that's the only timeline.
Oh wow!
He makes them like fighting
Secret
like a fucking...
Wars has the villain it finally needs in Robert Downey Jr. So, wow.
I think they didn't know where they were going with Jonathan Majors' Kang. Because I think after Ant-Man and Quantumania, that one where...
Yeah.
I think it wasn't perceived as well as they thought it was going to be. Kevin Feige panicked.
Well, yeah, that's where people are saying this is a cash grab. But what I'm trying to say is people are understandably upset because the possibilities are endless now.
Yeah.
Thanos could come back.
Yeah.
All the villains could come back.
Yeah.
Chris Evans could come back as Captain America.
Bring them all back.
But Chris, that means they're just going to recycle old.
Bring
you
them
know
all
what I'm
back.
saying? And understandably, there's so much in the comics that could be turned into the MCU to put these characters on screen.
Yeah.
And there's so much to pull from. There's so much to do. Like, you've never given Hulk its own movie in the MCU.
Yeah.
And that they should have worked on that maybe more in the first phase, and since they couldn't get the rights to that, work on it in the second phase.
There's two things I'm pretty excited for upcoming. One is Red Hulk
in Brave New World. Absolutely.
Like, I want to see
Ford
if
is awesome.
maybe they put a cameo of Hulk in there, possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
That does make sense.
And then I want to see when Dr. Doom takes the mask off and it's Tony Stark, what Peter Parker's reaction is. Tom Holland's Peter Parker.
Wow.
Those are the two things
that I
think. Listen.
Yeah.
I think that the number one is him taking the mask off and him seeing Tony Stark.
Yeah. What's his reaction going to be?
Because he's going to be basically Tom Holland. They're saying is basically going to be the Tony. He's going to be the leader
of the new Avengers. Absolutely.
He's the
guy.
He's the guy.
He's the guy. Elon's the guy.
That's
Tony's
the guy.
He's the guy.
That's the guy. He's the totem pole in the whole thing.
So I mean, we'll definitely have to wait a few years to see how this all plays out.
Yeah.
But Deadpool and Wolverine was a phenomenal movie. There were a few things that could have been better, but honestly, as a overall, as from a bird's eye view, it was phenomenal. And
there's still superhero movies coming out. We have Falcon. Not Falcon. I keep saying Falcon.
Yeah,
Captain America, Brave New World.
When's that release date? Oh, February.
And then the two in previous.
Yeah.
Kraven and the Hunter comes out in December.
Yes.
And Venom 3 comes out in
phenomenal.
That's
a good lineup.
October.
Yeah.
And listen, maybe Venom 3. There's a post-credit scene where he gets shot into the MCU.
Absolutely.
And now he's in the MCU or something like.
Yeah. Well, there was a post-credit scene.
It was the symbiote
in No Way Home or not No Way Home. It was
in quote unquote Spider-Man, the Spider-Man universe.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They could tie it into like something like this. They tie it into Andrew Garfield's world.
Yeah.
That.
Absolutely. Well, the possibilities are endless, especially now that they're bringing RDJ back.
Yeah.
They brought Chris Evans back as Johnny Storm.
Yes. But do me a favor. Can you pull up what the they did at Comic-Con? They did what movies are coming. Like what's the movie lineup MCU coming out?
Lineup.
Yeah. They showed like the lineup of what's to come. Because I think next year it's Captain America: Brave New World, the Thunderbolts. Then I think the next year is going to be Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and others. They're already filming Fantastic Four. They started filming that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they started filming. They just
showed Doomsday.
They only showed the two, Doomsday and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're gonna keep the same.
They're
gonna
try to keep the same timeline. I'm assuming.
So what's the timeline look like?
This says Echo, Agatha.
Agatha.
That comes out during Halloween.
Agatha comes out end of September. So then after that,
Daredevil. So they got a lot of things.
Oh, so Daredevil's gonna come next year.
Yeah.
Captain America: Brave New World, Thunderbolts, then Fantastic Four, then probably Blade in that same year.
Yeah. So I mean, it should be a good.
You know what was another good one too? You even liked it. Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
That was a great one.
Yeah, that was a great one. But
and that was only 50 minutes too. That was like a special.
Like I said,
That's how they should
with,
enter.
yeah.
That's how they should introduce characters.
Yeah, little tidbits like that. Don't
50
spend
minutes.
a lot of money.
50 minutes.
Don't have a big budget because you're not going to make that return.
Oh.
Disney and Marvel aren't going to.
That was a fantastic. I thought that was a fantastic.
But that was only limited.
It was 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes.
But that was only released on Disney Plus.
Yes.
So other than new subscribers, there's no income coming from that.
No.
So
exactly. I really think.
I mean, hopefully the MCU continues the path from where they left it off with Deadpool and Wolverine, and they just keep going up, especially with RDJ coming back.
I think Captain America,
Brave New World is going to be phenomenal.
I think that's going to be a good one because you have Carlo Esposito in that.
Yeah,
he's a great actor.
Phenomenal.
And they have the brain. Is it? I forgot his name. The brain or the He was in another Captain America movie where his head. In this movie, his head's big.
Okay.
He's called the Leader. I think his name is.
Okay. I mean,
forgot
it's definitely going to be
the actor's name.
I think that they,
but I think Doctor Doom's going to have something to do with Red Hulk.
I think Anthony Mackie is going to take his Captain America is going to take the Super Soldier serum because they said you're not Steve Rogers, and he said no, I'm not, sir, or something like that along the lines in the trailer.
Yeah,
and I think for him to be like Steve Rogers and the real Captain America, because I mean he does have an amazing suit. The Falcon suit is awesome.
And I like Anthony Mackie.
How is he going to fight off the Hulk without the super
that's
the
why
super
I think
soldier serum?
maybe we get an appearance from Mark Ruffalo's Hulk.
But I also think that's important where Falcon and the Winter Soldier laid the foundation because other people had
is Bucky going to be in?
Bucky's going to have something to do in this movie.
And I think another thing with that movie is they're holding out a key person that's going to be in that movie.
Absolutely,
they're holding out a key person.
They're not going to give away everything
because Red Hulk can't. Listen,
Hulk is probably going to most likely.
That's what I'm saying. Like Anthony Mackie can't fight Red Hulk by himself.
Unless he takes the super soldier serum, because then it's literally Captain America versus he's a human that's
got a couple things of technology.
He has great technology, and he's a strong human.
Yeah,
he's a soldier. He's disciplined. But Chris, in what life can you go against the Hulk?
See the Hulk. It's the red.
It's the Red Hulk. It's not even Hulk.
It's even better than the Hulk.
Bigger. So he's even
better
bigger
than the Hulk.
So you guys let us know what you think in the comments below. What you think of Deadpool and the Wolverine.
Well,
what you think about the path.
Interject there before we end. Do you know that this Harrison Ford's character, the Red Hulk, do you remember in the first Iron Man movie at the end of it?
Yeah.
The guy that passed, that he's supposed to play that character. The guy captain.
But
the guy passed away, so he's playing that character.
Yeah.
So that I thought that was a cool tie-in to.
That's awesome. So you guys can let us know what you think in the comments below. Let us know what you think about Deadpool and Wolverine. Let us know what you think about the timeline in MCU, where they're heading in the MCU, and then you guys can let us know what you think about RDJ coming back as Doomsday instead of Anthony Stark. Thank you, and tune in next week. I appreciate it.